Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Here we are, reading the Bhagavatam again, trying to squeeze it in tonight. We're going on a bit of a road trip. So,
just tell everyone so they know we're not at home.
Okay, I mean a road trip tonight, just out and about.
Subtle.
So, like.
All right. Let's just read.
Lord.
Canto 3, Chapter 14, Text 33. Chapters entitled Pregnancy of Deity in the Evening. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Gotta make sure we get some light on us.
It's alright, man.
Okay.
Got the light on the Bhagavad.
Oh, okay.
Text 33. O son of the Bharat family, Deity, after this, went nearer to her husband, her face lowered because of her faulty action. She spoke as follows. Purport. When one is ashamed of an abominable action, one naturally becomes down-faced. Deity came to her senses after the abominable sexual intercourse with her husband. Such sexual intercourse is condemned as prostitution. In other words, sex life with one's wife is equal to prostitution if the regulations are not properly followed.
Well, you can't get more clear than that. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay.
Any thoughts?
No.
Realizations? Okay.
If you have any questions, put them in the comments below.
And we'll refer you to Srila Prabhupada's commentary. Text 34. The beautiful Deity said, "My dear Brahmana, kindly see that my embryo is not killed by Lord Shiva, the Lord of all living entities, because of the great offense I have committed against him." Purport. Deity was conscious of her offense and was anxious to be excused by Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva has two popular names, Rudra and Ashutosh. He is very prone to anger as well as quickly pacified. Deity knew that because of his being quickly angered, he might spoil the pregnancy she had so unlawfully achieved. But because he was also Ashutosh, she implored her Brahmin husband to help her in pacifying Lord Shiva. In other words, Lord Shiva might have been angry with Deity because she obliged her husband to transgress the law. But he would not refuse her husband's prayer. Therefore, the application for excuse was submitted through her husband. She prayed to Lord Shiva as follows. Thoughts? Oh my Lord, oh my Lord.
Oh, I've got a running club.
God bless him.
Yeah, it's like when if someone wants to appease the Lord, then they go through the devotees. Kids, bless
If
them.
someone wants to please the Lord, they got to go through the devotees.
No, if someone's upset. I'm distracted by these kids.
It's okay, don't be distracted.
If someone, no, say, like, okay, the example I was thinking of in the Mahabharata, the Channel 4 series, whether they, what was it? Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, yeah, something. Arjuna married Subhadra, and then Subhadra, being the sister of Krishna, was obviously a little bit, what about Draupadi, you already married, who wants, and then Arjuna comes home. So then, I believe it was Krishna, again, I don't know how much they stuck to the original story, but Krishna said to Subhadra, introduce yourself as, I am Krishna's sister, Subhadra. And then when she went to Draupadi and said that, Draupadi was like, okay, like, as opposed to I'm Subhadra, your co-wife, all right, let's have a, take down. What I always remembered from that was like, the affection we have for someone surpasses that which, the whatever else issues may be there. So in this case,
nice one.
the devotee, what is it? It's Kashyap Muni being the devotee. So it's like the wife's going through, the husband has a relationship with Lord Shiva. So rather than me going directly and I did wrong and I shouldn't have made him do that, it was my desires, but he'll be okay with the devotee because of the relationship and person that's going forward first, if that makes sense.
Kind of, but yeah.
So in the same way, the point being, if we offend the Lord or even offend his devotees, but if Krishna's devotees go forward and say, it's okay, forgive this person, or it's all right, then the Lord will be kind of pacified. We understand he'll still sort you out a bit, but less so. Because the devotees come forward and said, it's all right, Krishna, let him out, it's all right, I'm cool with it.
That's interesting. Okay, yes. Carry on, 35.
Text 35. Let me offer my obeisances unto the angry Lord Shiva, who is simultaneously the very ferocious great demigod and the fulfiller of all material desires. He is all auspicious and forgiving, but his anger can immediately move him to chastise. Purport. Diti prayed for the mercy of Lord Shiva very cleverly. She prayed, the Lord can cause me to cry, but if he likes, he can also stop my crying because he is Ashutosh. He is so great that if he likes, he can immediately destroy my pregnancy. But by his mercy, he can also fulfill my desire that my pregnancy not be spoiled. Because he is all auspicious, it is not difficult for him to excuse me from being punished. Although he is now ready to punish me because I have moved his great anger. He appears like a man, but he is the Lord of all men. Interesting. Is Diti praying and upset and calling for the mercy because, I upset you, Lord Shiva? Or is she, as I'm kind of reading it, saying, don't be upset, because I don't want you to spoil my pregnancy. The baby, I want the kid, I want a child. So what is she really upset in a sense, I did wrong, I shouldn't have done that, or Kashyap, go forward because my motive is...
appease Lord Shiva so he doesn't hurt my children.
Yeah, as opposed
it's motivated.
to just...
It's motivated.
Yeah.
The initial activity was motivated, and now this follow-on activity is motivated.
Yeah.
It's not out of purity, like, let Lord Shiva destroy my children in the womb, I deserve it, let him destroy them 1,000,000 times because I've offended him. It isn't like that.
Yeah.
36. Let him be pleased with us, since he is my brother-in-law, the husband of my sister Sati. He is also the worshipable Lord of all women. He is the personality of all opulences and can show mercy towards women who are excused even by the uncivilized hunters. He is the personality of all opulences and can show mercy towards women who are excused even by the uncivilized hunters. What does that mean? Show mercy to the women who are excused even by uncivilized hunters. What does that mean?
I think the purport explains it.
Okay. Lord Shiva is the husband of Sati. Yes, we know that. One of the sisters of Diti. Diti invoked the pleasure of her sister Sati so that Sati would request her husband to excuse her. So by mentioning her name, she's invoking her sister.
Yeah.
Besides that, Lord Shiva is the worshipable Lord of all women. He is naturally very kind towards women, on whom even the uncivilized hunters also show their mercy.
So it means like lowly women who would be, considered, whatever reason, like not so nice. Not so chaste or whatever, I
don't know, let's see. Since Lord Shiva is himself associated with women, he knows very well their defective nature. He might not take very seriously Diti's unavoidable offense which occurred due to her faulty nature. Every virgin girl is supposed to be a devotee of Lord Shiva. Diti remembered her childhood worship of Lord Shiva and begged his mercy. So I still am not quite clear about the hunter bit. And so in the verse it says...
Well, what's an uncivilized hunter? Is that someone who hunts animals for food, or, you know, an uncivilized hunter? Like, the Pandavas were hunters, but I don't think they were uncivilized. You know, they were not lowly, degraded. You know, they were kshatriyas, princely. So, an uncivilized hunter. So, someone who doesn't have much morals and high standing and is looked down, you know, been a bit not so good. Even they... And it says that even women who are excused even by them, meaning allow it, you know, these women are not so cool. You know, Shiva is basically the shelter of all women.
He's a shelter of all women.
Even the lowly ones.
Even of all women. All women. Even the lowly ones. All women. Okay. All right. Anyway, the other point was... this point I think you mentioned to me previously, that when you're a young girl, you're encouraged to take shelter of Lord Shiva,
yes,
right?
Yes.
You used to fast and stuff like that?
I sure did. For 5 days in a year, I just all of a sudden was given no food. I just want to say
Is it full fast?
You were allowed to eat once. You're allowed to eat fruit, which I didn't really want. And then in the evening you had puris with no, you know, sabji or curry like that. You had it with I think what we call penda.
Oh, sweet.
A sweet, which killed me. Or mango rus, which one of my cousins also did at the same time, and she loved it because she loves. Oh, it was horrible. So after 5 years of doing this, I just didn't know. Once a week.
How old were you when you started?
I must have been in primary school. Very young girl.
6, 7.
No, yeah, 7, 8, like. And then it went on for 5 years. And then I said, Mum, I've had enough of this. Why are you doing this? Maybe I should question it. And then she said, because you need to worship Lord Shiva, because it's for Lord Shiva, to get a good husband. I said, I've had enough of that. I'm doing this. Brought up in South London. I said, what are you talking about? So she said, oh, so when you finish it, you're supposed to invite married women to, my mum invites married women to our home and she feeds them. It's a whole big ceremony to, what is the word, to observe that, okay, she's done, you know, so her austerities, whatever length they were, with 5 years, God, you know, were done. And it's a big thing, and you give gifts and everything. So, yeah. So that was what I did it for, good husband.
So yeah, but it was to please Lord Shiva.
Yeah, it was. We were worshipping Lord Shiva. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And look what happened.
Right.
I bet you wish you had gone another 5 years.
Oh, it's crazy.
At least. Oh my goodness. I think that's a sign.
Right. Oh yeah. Plunge. Lord Shiva's not happy.
Lord Shiva's not happy.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'll go. I'll fast again. Sorry.
Okay. So we're gonna go. It was a short one tonight, but we came out quickly, and it just got dark, and we did have a little light coming from the iPad, but the iPad just went into dark mode, and that means
that's a sign.
That's because it's getting dark outside.
Yeah.
So
it is dark.
Anyway. You can hardly see my wife. If she smiles, at least you'll see her teeth.
I don't know.
So, thank you all very much. Please read Srimad Bhagavatam. So we finished with which text was it? My thing skipped all over.
I've made a note.
Yeah?
It was 37. We're going to start at 37.
We're starting at 37.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you all very much. Kantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna.